Like I don't miss clubs. I don't miss parties. I miss a bar. A bar, it has that, like, you walk into like a dimly lit room where just like one wall is covered in alcohol, and your mind switches. You're like, I know what's happening here.
Mhm.
You know, like I miss like a friend who texts you, be like, "Yo, you want to grab a beer?" And for a second, like you pretend you might not. You're like, I don't know. There's just like the sense of camaraderie in a bar when you walk in there. Like everyone's just like understood. There's just an unspoken kinship where we're like, "Look, dude, we're just gonna get drunk. We're probably not even gonna talk to each other, but like we know what we're doing here today."
There's no judgment. You're in the trust tree when you're in the bar, you know, and it's like. You look around and it's like, why is that guy here? It's like, I don't know. Why are you here? We're all fucking here, dude. So just shut up and drink and you know, forget about your problems. And I feel like I don't feel like I'm very good at many things, if anything at all. And I've always said I'm just like good at going to bars. I just know how to do it. And like even when we were like throwing parties for Barstool, it's one thing. Like I know I knew like the right places to pick and I know how to do that. But I mean, I'm just good at going there. I'm good at like talking to the bartenders and like knowing the scene. I'm just good at that's the only thing I'm good at is just going to a bar.
Yeah, it's so hard for like some people. I think it's also so easy to just be like, I miss talking to bartenders.
Yeah,
I miss kind of talking to a stranger about a game I don't give a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
There's like I miss playing darts.
Even that, knowing just enough, like I can talk to this guy real quick about the game or about whatever, and then I'm gonna stop because anymore he would be upset, he'd be annoyed. Like it's just like a second nature. I got a feel for these things, and I can't do it.
That's what there's so much feeling. You know what? Like one of the greatest feelings in the world is when you walk by a bar and on like a Saturday afternoon, you're like, I probably shouldn't go in there, and you're like, you know what? Let's throw this whole fucking weekend in the trash. Let's just do
it. I used to always say that. So I lived on Third and Park in Hoboken, and the path is at like lower, downtown Hoboken. So I only had to walk 3 fucking streets and a couple avenues. It was not a long walk, but even just doing that, I had to pass like a dozen bars, like 12 bars on the way home. And all of them were like whispering to me. Like I walk by and it would be like, hello, come in, come have one. Kevin, we miss you. And it was like, I would have to like put the blinders on and just get home if I didn't want to stop in and have one. And that turns to 2 and that turns to 4. And then you're fucking drunk because it's just when you're good at something, you want to do it. It's like, you put a basketball in LeBron's hands, he just knows what to do with it. You Goodwill Hunting, he looks at the fucking chalkboard, he gets this. It's fucking easy to me. You just like tell me that there's a pub right there with a bunch of beers on tap or whatever, and music playing and a couple games on. I can do that.
It's romanticism, but there's just like a sad happiness to bars. We're just like, I fit in here. I get it.
That's the other thing.
They've always been like community centers. That's what a public house is.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you don't have your sense of community anymore. You don't have you realize you missed the littlest. And I'm sure this is how like some people think about sports. Like, oh, I miss halftime shows. Like things I didn't think I cared about, things I didn't think were good. You know what I miss, which is so beautiful? I miss like the 3 a.m. goodbye on a street corner. Where it's just like it's dark out. There aren't many streets, and you're just like, "What? I mean, I'll see you tomorrow." That was a blast.
Yeah.
And it's like a foggy goodbye. It's probably technically foggy. Also, your mind's a little foggy, and it's just like it's just everything about a bar has this weird.
Dude, I miss. I want to feel sawdust on my feet in those pubs. I want to open up a bathroom door and go, oh my Jesus! What did someone just piss on top of the toilet on purpose? Like, I miss going into a bar like, somebody already puked in here? I want it to smell bad. I want it to feel gross. I want all of that. That's what I miss. I miss the bad parts of bars, what I miss the most.
Yeah, those are the parts that they remind you what a bar is, the bad parts.
Yes. I was thinking about, like, because of Corona and like, learning about how you can be a very successful bar. If you don't get revenue for, like, 10 days, you're fucked. Yeah. Well, then what's wrong with this business? What's wrong with this industry? How is that the norm? How is it an industry where everybody says 80% of you will fail? and there is still an endless line of people who want to open bars.
I don't understand how you fail. I pay $12 for a beer regularly.
Yeah, right. These are like 1 penny, and you charge 1,000% markup. And I get like in I don't understand how anybody survives in New York. It's like, oh, my rent is 35 grand. Like before we talk about anything else, just to open the doors is 35 a month. But if you're like opening a little like watering hole, I guess it's all relative, but like a little pub somewhere in the middle of the country, those are hard to keep open. Could you imagine?
Let me tell you something. There's a significant chance that by the time this fucking quarantine ends, your boy owns a bar.
Yeah.
Like, a high chance.
We gotta own a bar one day, right? We gotta own a bar one day, right?
Yeah. I know. Like, I'm not even. I'm like, me and my friends have discussed it. Like, it's we have a bet for what day bars open up again, and whoever is closest gets to name the bar. I don't know if we're actually going to buy one, but like, it's not totally laughed off. There's like 6 of us. Right. Like, fuck it, let's just get a bar.
I mean, I almost bought into Saloon.
Did you?
They offered me. I mean, at the time, I was like, yes, this is like, how could this fail? And then they completely went out of business. So, I mean, I guess blessing in disguise, but I just like didn't have the money. I think I was saving for a ring at the time, and like I just didn't have it. Otherwise, I would have bought into that for sure. It's just something I feel like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fail at it, and I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna check it off my bucket list. Yeah, like that's something I want to do.
Fun 6 months.
I have a friend whose dad owned a bar in Queens, and he's the one dad who's like, he's the funniest fucking guy. He's like parties with us. The type of guy who will like grab a girl at a wedding and start dancing and twirling. Like he's just the life of the party. And he owned a bar in Queens, and he would do like the most ridiculous promo. You know, he's like the guy who like invented like the penny till somebody pees sort of shit. He would do a reverse cover where everybody gets $1 if you walk in the door, just like dumb shit like that, just to get people to laugh like you just did and go like, yeah, all right, I'll go in there. Yeah, that's funny. You give me the cover instead. All the dumbest ideas just because it was like, well, if I don't, I'm gonna fail in like 35 seconds. So I
don't want to have I want to have a Patty's Pub. I want to have like 4 people who are there regularly. I don't know how I keep letting. It's just hemorrhaging money at all times. But that's the kind of bar I like to go to.
I want a bar with the rickety cricket. That's what I want. I want it to be as bad as possible. And I mean that was Tin Lizzie. That was pretty much every bar I've ever really loved have been the worst bars I've ever been to.
The only thing worse than the bar itself was how it was run. Like,
yes.
It's just absolutely.
I mean, the guys at Tin Lizzie, looking back on it, were probably 28, and I used to think of them as like, you know, adults. And they very openly were like, I just bought into this to get laid. That was it. That was the only reason.
Dude, I didn't know why I went to Tin Lizzie was when I bartended there.
Yeah, you probably never actually saw it when it was like fun. You probably just saw it at its worst and its most empty. But
that was such a funny time where it was like in my head, because I liked Barstool for so much. So for those people who don't know, when I was interning at Barstool 10 years ago now, I didn't get paid, or it was like Dave, like we ran out of money. Dave was like, I can't. I was getting $400 a month, I think, or something like that. And Dave was like, I can't afford to give you money anymore. And I was like, word, can I work?
Which, by the way, for the folks who don't understand, it was $400 a month. It was not like I can't afford to pay you your $50,000 salary. It was like I don't have $400 to break off for you right now.
And then Kevin felt bad about it, so Kevin like got Tin Lizzie to get me a guest bartending spot so I could get some cash. And in my head, I thought it was about to be like a Barstool party. Like I thought I was gonna show up there. It was a random night. It was like a Tuesday night or Thursday night or something. It wasn't a big night, and I was like, it's gonna be crazy there. Literally, the only people there were Kevin and his girlfriend, and Kevin gave me like. I forget. I've told the story of anywhere between $60 and $200. I don't know how much you put.
Yeah, it was a decent chunk because I remember being like, "Oh, see, I knew it wasn't gonna be a Barstool party, but I figured you might get a few dollars." I was like, "Oh, nobody's
literally no one there."
Yeah,
I think you lost money. You had 2 Bud Lights, and the thing is too, I had to buy all my clothes. I had to buy black shoes, black jeans, and a black shirt.
Which, looking back, the fact that Tin Lizzie had like, well, you better wear black if you're bartending. Like, fuck off, Tin Lizzie. I will bartend butt ass naked with my asshole out. Fuck you.
I ended up losing money bartending.
And I love it. I'm like, if I could pick one bar to go back to, it would be Tin Lizzie.